Hello everybody! Today we are in a very different map with a very different character. Actually, a very familiar character for those of you who've been watching for a while. This is Marco! We haven't played with Marco for a long time now. Naturally, because it's not called Marco on trackpad anymore, it's called Martin on trackpad. But I thought today, we're doing kind of something different, so we might as well stick with Marco. Basically, I'm playing on a map that I've never ever actually put in a video before. I don't think so. And it's racing Akina. And yeah, I decided to play with Marco as kind of like a throwback to the Marco days. I haven't actually played with Martin for the last two videos now, so I guess we'll have a grand reunion with Martin for the next video. The reason I made this particular MoaT video is because I kind of wanted to give an update on the play session that I planned for you guys. Basically, it worked. It actually worked out pretty well. It's just that not a lot of people actually came, which was a shame. I would have liked it if the entire 20 person max cap was just my subscribers entirely, but that wasn't the case. There were maybe like 5 subscribers overall, and the rest of them were just people who were PvPing. Luckily, there weren't any mods, and in fact, I have some of it recorded. So for the Q&A session today, you're actually going to see that, which is why I thought it would be safe enough to do racing. But anyway, the point is, it went down pretty well. It's going to happen next Saturday as well. For some reason, I don't know if the message went out, but some of you guys thought that it wasn't weekly. It is weekly. It's going to happen every Saturday, starting from last Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to record every Saturday, considering I already have a lot of footage just from one session. If it turns out to be a pretty fun play session, then I'll probably end up recording it anyway. But yeah, that all depends on the actual game itself, so there's no guarantee on that right now. Oh, that was so close. Wow. And the final thing that I wanted to talk about with the server was that Backflippers is actually way too long a password. So instead, I've decided not to have a password on the server, just because there was so many people joining in and just having fun as well. And of course, if there's not enough subscribers, then it will just be like me and 2 other people, and that would be kind of boring. So yeah, there's no longer any password. So if you see a server called Skirazi and it doesn't have a password, then that's probably mine. Feel free to join it. And so yeah, the time hasn't changed or anything, that it's still 5 to 6 on Saturday. So I hope to see you guys there. And yeah, that's pretty much the only thing that I really had to say. It's time to move on to Q&A. I don't think there are very many questions asked, so this should be a fairly quick Q&A session. But yeah, I guess that's it from me, and it's on to future Skirazi, who will take care of the questions. Okay, guys. Hey guys, this is Future Skirazi, as you guys have probably heard, and today we've got a sizable number of questions. Most of them are based on Attack on Titan or the Attack on Titan tribute game, so that's quite interesting. Again, you guys are welcome to ask questions about anything you guys want to, as well as, suggestions for the Attack on Titan tribute game. Like I said in the previous video, that used to be in the suggestion series, but ever since I stopped that, I still want to kind of continue it into this Q&A series. So yeah, if you got a suggestion for the Attack on Titan tribute game, then I'd happily listen to that and, kind of discuss it here on the channel. But yeah, the first question comes from Jason Romandelian, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm pretty sure I butchered that, but the question, or I guess the questions, because Jason asked 2 questions. The first is, since I plan to make a server to play with subscribers, do I plan on making my own squad? I used to, I'd actually created a squad name and stuff like that, and Backflippers was the name of the squad, but ultimately I just kind of dropped the idea because I just didn't feel all that into becoming like a squad leader or anything like that. It is a pretty interesting idea, I've got to admit, having like a squad Skirazi or whatever, but for now, no, I don't really have any inclination of making my own squad. Jason's other question was, is Attack on Titan not one of your favorite animes? It is, it really is. It's like an amazing anime, and I really like it. It's just that, just because it's up there doesn't mean it has to be the best, and that's one of the reasons why I said that making a top 5 for me is so ridiculous, because I think about different anime and I'm like, wow, this one's really good, but so is this one, oh my god. And Attack on Titan's definitely up there. It's just that for me, those previous 5 ones that I talked about in the last video were just the ones that came to me at that particular time. So yeah, I mean, it's not all that complex of a ranking system. I just kind of said, oh, I think I like this anime and I think I like this anime, and that makes it a top 5. Yeah, Attack on Titan is definitely up there. Otherwise, I wouldn't be playing the Attack on Titan tribute game, I don't think. Thomas Suggett and Dexcraft25 both had similar questions. What stats do I like the least, and which one do I like the most? Or, paraphrase pretty much. I like, honestly, ground speed the least until I run out of gas, I've got to say. But like ground speed, I spend so much time in the air that ground speed becomes something so unnecessary. Like the only time I ever actually need ground speed is when you play in forest, you spawn on a tree branch, right? Well, I like to kind of like dodge off of that tree branch, and basically the only time ground speed is actually important to me is when I dodge off of it. I like getting a lot of distance from that initial dodge roll. So when I'm playing with MoaT and she has crap ground speed, I try and dodge off the branch and she literally just forward rolls off of it. And it's like, what the hell are you doing? Jump! But yeah, for a similar reason, I personally like having acceleration as my highest stat, just because maneuverability in the air is so much more likable than maneuverability on the ground. So because of that, I personally like acceleration the highest. So with those in mind, MoaT would actually be like the perfect character for me in all technicality. But because Feng's game is designed in such a way that you can't spend the entire game just flying around through the trees, I like a bit more of a balanced character as well, which is why Martin right now is the character I like to play the most as. And finally, 101 Akito says, favorite SNK character or favorite Attack on Titan character? I don't know. It used to be Marco. But, as the manga's progressed, it's kind of, been bouncing here and there and everywhere. Recently, it's actually jumped back to Eren. And for those of you guys who only watch the anime, once it gets to that point in the anime, once it animates that particular scene, I think you guys will really sympathize with my point of view. Because Eren changes a lot. And I really am just amazed by how much he changes and the way in which he has. And I think it gives he's been given a lot of depth in the manga. And that is really amazing to me. Which is why Eren right now, of all the people, is my favorite character. But I mean, like, it bounces around. It was Erwin until he started doing some stuff, which I'm not going to say here. And at a certain point, it was like some of the other Survey Corps characters, but they all died pretty much. So, it's like, should I really keep them as my favorite character when they're literally like chopped in half right now? And I'm just like, nah. Give up. I give up on this character. So yeah, that's the way it is. And with that being said, I guess that's it for Q&A. Not a lot of questions in the end, or not a lot of like extensive questions. Again, so that this Q&A section actually amounts to something, I urge you guys to ask any question you want, regardless of what it's about or what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the background footage of playing with subscribers. Not a lot of them in the long run, but some of them did recognize me, even if they didn't know about the Saturday play sessions. Of course, that is weekly, so be sure to come in on 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time on this Saturday, and you guys will be able to catch me on a server called Skirazi. So yeah, with all that being said, thank you guys very much for watching. Oh, and I think I completely forgot to say, but I also got 2,100 subs very recently, so that extra 100 subs since the last video. Awesome! Once again, thank you guys very much. And so yeah, with that being said, I guess I'll see you guys on the next Marco on a trackpad. Martin, oh actually wait, I guess this video did have Marco, didn't it? Oh. Well, I guess I'll see you guys on the next MoaT video. Take care, guys.